So while the developer direct is tomorrow, we have to go ahead and talk about what's happening over at Microsoft. It sounds like a hot mess. As a huge Halo fan, I want to go ahead and talk about it because there was a lot of people that just lost their job over at Microsoft. It sucks because, this should not be happening. I really do feel like there's a very horrible leadership slash management going on over at Microsoft because this it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. You still got Microsoft. They're still trying to buy Activision, which they're gonna spend a lot of money, billions and billions of dollars. Yet they somehow don't have the money to keep people around. So what I'm talking about here is pretty much about 10,000 people just got laid off over at Microsoft, and including people from 343, and of course, many of us Halo fans, we are worried, because we know Halo Infinite was not a game that was ready to be released. Content-wise, it was not ready at all. It has a story and it has a couple maps for multiplayer, but we should not be playing the same thing. The same content that the game came out with. It should still not pretty much be the same. I know Forge came out, and I know that they added a couple more stuff for multiplayer, and there's co-op now, online co-op for the campaign. But it's like I tell when you're a fan of something, you cannot be a fanboy about it and be blinded by it. So of course, there's a lot of Halo fans that are mad, and me included, we should be mad. So I guess thanks to that, 343 came out saying, and I quote, "Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industry will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great." Again, that doesn't really mean much. It doesn't really mean anything in my opinion, because show me, don't tell, show. It has been about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, since Halo Infinite has been out, and we still really have no content for this game. They keep coming out. They're still coming out asking us, like, why would opinions, or what do you think will make Halo Infinite good? I think it's not hard to fix Halo Infinite. Don't get me wrong, the graphics, the gameplay is great in the game. In my opinion, it's one of the best gameplays Halo has had. But there's no content in the game. If there's no content, don't really care how great a gameplay and how good a game will look if there's nothing to do in the game. There's no content. So, my opinion, what can really fix the game, like they say in the quote, that they have more stories to tell. But how long are we gonna wait for this? In my opinion, the campaign was great. Don't get me wrong, for Halo Infinite. But it felt like we played 25% of the Halo ring that you are playing on. What I mean by that, it doesn't feel like a completed campaign. It's supposed to be kind of like an open world Halo, and you only get to play about 25%, in my opinion, of the huge ring that you're on. But I mean, what I mean by that, usually when you're in a Halo ring from previous games, there's always a side that's gonna be hot, like a desert side. There's a side that's gonna be cold, so you have a snow area. It's a planet, literally. So you're gonna have different atmosphere depending on what side are you on the ring. That's my opinion about the campaign, where that's something that they need to fix with DLC. So hopefully, if they are planning on DLC for this game, I hope this year we at least hear something. Doesn't have to be released this year. I mean, that would be great if something comes out this year as a campaign DLC. but we at least need to hear something. Again, if there's nothing coming out for campaign wise, they need to at least say that they're working on something for next year. Multiplayer though, this year has to be the year for multiplayer when it comes to Halo Infinite. You know what I mean by that is content. We need maps. It will be such a easy fix. Everybody should know us. You know, when it comes to Halo fans, we know what we want. The studio should know what we want, and that's classic maps being remade. That's, in my opinion, that is something that will fix this game, and you know, that will call the Halo fans to go back and playing the game. There's really not that many people playing Halo Infinite. Keep hearing, you know, that there's a couple thousands of people just playing, and you know, a game like Halo, there should be more than a couple thousand people playing it, and that's not the case. So remaking multiplayer, you know, maps from the older games, that will bring almost everybody back, in my opinion. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about all this. You know, what do you think, in your point of view? What do you think will fix the Halo Infinite? You know, that's what I think. Campaign wise, they need to add a DLC. And multiplayer wise, they need to add more maps, including classic maps, you know, remakes of classic maps. As Halo fans, we cannot be fanboys about it. We gotta speak up. We gotta keep speaking up. So thank you, everyone, and have a great one.